the planet.
I like how the first Jak and Daxter had nothing to do with the other two.
The answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay.
You can't explain how much this game meant to you and your favorite game growing up.
It begins with but a small act of disobedience.
I haven't
Jack,
played this in a very long time.
Come here.
I remember I played a lot of Jak 2 and then 3, but not so much the Precursor Legacy, which plot-wise didn't have much to do with 2 because you travel into the future in 2 and then just stay there.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village.
No, the character designs are good. It's just early PlayStation 2 graphics. Yeah, let's get everybody liking the stream so more people can relive their childhood.
This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jack, I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay, okay. I'm fine. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
They was, I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And Daxter,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough.
Damn, and
to
he
have
never
a chance
actually
at
gets turned
returning
back into
your
a
previous form.
Spoiler alert.
Carl Acheron, the sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment.
Damn.
All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy
Those
to withstand the canyon's
graphics.
heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might
Holy
work.
shit.
But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away,
Why would they have
greasing their
those?
palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Was Jak a silent protagonist in the first one? I don't remember.
You can't come back through the warp gate until you find all 4 power cells on this island.
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your
Okay,
quest.
so that rolls. That jumps. That's tech, that's... Okay, I got it. I have memorized the game.
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
It's a little slidey. I don't know if that's just my controller, though.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grav zoomer.
Was this a PlayStation 1 game or a 2 game?
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
Oh, that's health. I don't even remember what health
Blue
looks
Eco,
like
which contains
in
the
these
energy
games.
of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them. Notice how each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power. This is a precursor door.
Wow, I don't
It can
remember this
only be
tutorial
opened
being
by
so
approaching the
tutorial-y.
door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
That's a blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Good work. The Blue Eco caused the door to open. With Blue Eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years. Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco.
Oh my god.
Pick up 50 small
Stop
green
tutorializing
ecos, or
me.
one big green one to increase your health.
Just fucking let me play the game.
You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
Oh, there's ledge grab. That's good to know. Okay. I don't have all 4 of the cores. I skipped something. Thank you, Carl, or sorry, Cal. Thank you, Cal, for sharing the live. Appreciate you.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
Do you do D&D streams? No. I mean, I'm not currently role-playing right now with the group anyway. I wouldn't be opposed to doing it if I could get the group to agree and then set everything up. I probably will at some point, but just not right now.
We're itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure.
Those are really hard to set up.
And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco collectors are clogged up again.
Okay.
Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
The cutscenes really cut in and out of this. Sandover Village. Jak and Daxter is on top. I mean, it's pretty good.
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
How many? Okay, I have 44. One less than half. I wonder if I got all the power cells in the other location. I felt like I did. Damn, what the hell is shooting?
Hey! That pelican Dragon just snagged a power cell. Let's go kick some big bird butt.
What is shooting those in there? Oh, just that fort up there is shooting them. Yeah, just walk around punching animals. You just punch the animals. Just run around punching the animals. Man, Chestra's quiet tonight. He must be enamored with the game. The health wellspring, interesting. Goat game? Yeah, it's pretty good.
But you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
One of your favorites? Yeah, it's pretty good. Or Jak and Daxter. Yeah, this Jak and Daxter, the Jak and Daxter series was my preferred PlayStation platformer series. How do you get up there? Can I Skyrim my way up there? No, I don't think I can. I don't know if this is gonna kill me or not if I go down there. I guess it wouldn't have.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already. Punch those poles out from below.
What? Punch the poles out from below. How do I do that? It doesn't look like I can. Crouch and punch? What is crouch? Oh, I see. Got it. They had not tutorialized crouching. I didn't know it was in the game. I thought that button was just roll, but it's only roll if you're moving. The cha brings peace to your soul. Yeah, it's very Zelda-esque, isn't it? Oh, I see. That probably raises the platforms up there. Got it.
Yeah, so we got a precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff, so it ain't gonna help us.
Okay. I played the shit out of this game when you were like 5. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna end up playing through the series here, so I don't know if I want to end up doing them all straight away or not, but
Hey, seagulls! Let's buzz them for kicks.
I played the second 2 of them a lot. Less so the first one. I always do the jungle first to unlock blue eco. I guess that makes sense, yeah. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember a lot about, like, hardly anything about this game, so this is like playing it for the first time again. If I do get a mechanic for doing the jungle, I probably should go do that. Remember to chase the birds.
Let's check it out.
Wait, did the birds cause that? Thank you, Wes, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. Interesting. I would say it wasn't very clear that that's what happened, but at least it worked. They flap hard, yeah. It's fine. Whatever works. What? Oh wait, that's right. I cheesed my way up there. I got everything up there already. I saw a thing that I missed up there. I saw a thing that I missed up there. Oh, that's just a power core. Very nice. Yeah, we're fucking rolling into power cores. Got 7 of these already. Which y'all know about the OG Jak and Daxter. It was so easy to miss stuff in this game. It's a pretty good game. See, this is one of those games where the water has no bottom, but you can't, like, actually swim in it. It's like Zelda diving. I've been waiting for you to play this series. Well, I'm glad I could oblige. I've also been waiting to play this series for what I felt was an opportune moment.
Quick! We have to get to the power cell before the Pelican scoops it up again!
Really? You hated this bird? That was very easy, unless that wasn't the power cell I was supposed to get. Which is entirely possible. There is another power cell around here somewhere, and like, there it is. When I was younger, I kept going the wrong way. I see. The bird's hard when you're 5. That's fair. That is a fair assertion. I am willing to accept that I was smarter than you when you were 5. Oh, I see. That's what the charge does. There's a game I like, thank you. Oh yeah, of course. And remember to roll... The roll jump is also an attack? Oh, yeah. Right.
Good job! Now meet me down here by the egg. Oh my! I hope the poor dear's okay. Here's a power cell for your valor.
What was I even doing? Who are you? Who is this woman?
Oh no! No!
Look, isn't that cute? It thinks you're its mama.
Ah! I'm not your mom! You see any feathers here?
Oh, love at first sight. Oh. Listen, boys. I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and work with the sage to take care of her.
If you talk to her in the village over punching the egg, she gives you the quest, I say. I mean, that's fine. I did figure I skipped something, but... So far this game has all the hallmarks of a really good mascot platformer, which is good movement mechanics, reward for exploration, doesn't care about sequence breaking, tightly compact zones that reward you for exploring them and are constantly giving you something for doing so. What game is this? Jak and Daxter 1 for the PlayStation 2.
All right! You found all the scout prize in this area.
Is your health constantly ticking down or something? Or do enemies just do like a shitload of damage? Where like I felt like I was at full health, but now I'm only at like 32 because I got hit once by an enemy. Okay, there were some orbs I missed over here. This game is literally your childhood. Who doesn't love this game? I don't know. People with no childhood probably don't like this game. When did this one come out? How old was I? This game is a bit too recent to be my exact childhood, but I did play a lot of Jak 2 and a lot of PlayStation 2 games. Yeah, you only have 3 hits until you die, or 4 if you have 50 small ego as well, I see. Hey Ember, how's it going? It didn't tell me you were alive, I hope it's not too late. No, I've only been live for 30 minutes. I started being live a little late. It's not surprising it didn't tell you because Live Studio had an update for performance enhancing fixes, which means that it runs like shit right now. It came out in 2001? Okay. climb up there and kill that dude right now? I'm just gonna find out. Oh. Oh, yeah. There it is. Never mind. I was like, is it going to attack me with a water monster? Not till you go to the jungle. Okay. Got it. Ooh, December 3rd, just in time for Christmas. No wonder everybody has such fond memories of this game. Okay, well, this is an entirely new zone, so I have an entirely new set of scout flies to find. This sounds like, hold on. This sounds like the sound of the sand effect, sand sound effect from Minecraft, right? That's Minecraft, right? Sounds like it. Your brother and you started a playthrough of Tui. We've made it to Jolly Roger's Lagoon. You love Tui. Tui's okay. I don't hate Tui, but I don't think I'm going to play it again when I go back and play Banjo-Kazooie at the beginning of the year next year.
Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's
Like the second time I went through and played it, I only wanted to do less.
Full of spunk and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around,
No Mario today? No, we beat
I see
it.
beauty in everything, you know?
The last time was the last
Now I
one.
couldn't chisel my way out of a box.
The stream ended abruptly last time because my computer crashed. But that was always going to be the last day of Mario, no matter
She's all
what.
right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island.
Yeah, I have no nostalgia for Tui, so that's why I can't, like, stand it. Or I have less patience for it. We just pretend nuts and bolts didn't happen. I think that's what most people do. Hey Isaac, how's it going? This might have been Bird Lady's house.
I see you two are back.
You swim in the water yet? Yeah, I saw the big fish.
Jolly good.
How far are you into this game? I just started it.
That we agreed on. I hope you put this hard-earned power
Trauma.
to good use. Cheerio, ta-ta. Bye.
Yeah, I've always had a kind of a hang-up about swimming in video games, and it's because you have no control over your character in there, and then there's also a big thing that eats you. It's just as well. It means that it zones me out of deep water, which means I don't have to go bother exploring it.
Oh, don't tell me that you two have problems.
Did
as
you
well.
just swindle you? Yeah.
Monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted.
He has no use for that power cell. Yeah, but nobody... Apparently no one...
And find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah. Hmm? Oh, you're funny. Now look.
It kind of seems like none of these people have a use for power cells.
I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing. If by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
Why do they all want 90? That's such an odd number. Yeah, it doesn't appear like these people do anything with the power cells. Like, they don't power the village with them because this is the thing that powers the village. Not that it seems like anything in the village uses power. So, except for all the crap in the girl's garage. Hold on, do I have... Oh, I have like 88. I only need like 2 more power precursor orbs to get that power cell. The temple is great. Yeah, we're going to the jungle. We gotta go there pretty soon. Nothing back here? Okay. Wanted to tell you we have a mourning dove family in our yard. They hung out with me and I pet one. Oh, interesting. 2 babies and 2 parents. What's a mourning dove? Like a dove? Like a bird just came up to you and let you pet it? That's crazy. Although I say that the night herons around here are getting very, very used to humans. It's only a matter of time before they just walk right up to you.
Maybe we should go root out the fisherman. I heard he was in the jungle fishing by the lower river.
I feel like I missed precursor orbs. I can't just be missing just 2, right? Cool game. Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get
That's
those
pretty cool,
yak
Ember.
cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get
If
him
you
back
press
into
start,
the
you should be able to
corral?
check how many orbs you have in the area. That makes sense. Well, I mean, here's a bunch over here, so here's as many as I need to go get that power cell. Well, because it tells me how many I have. Oh, that's in Fire Canyon, okay. So if I come back out here, they should still be the village. Oh, maybe that's 12% overall. Task complete. Free 7 scout fly, okay.
Gotta bring the crops from the June burst.
They've been here twice now. Last night briefly and today. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
If you push square on the start menu. No, that doesn't do anything. Oh, X tells you how many you have. Okay, I have 50 to 50 of those.
Just sitting on the rocks over there.
Oh, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. What do I have to do with these? We should name them in case they come back again. Yeah, you should. I guess I have to bring them this way. Yeah, they go in automatically, okay. Yeah, I don't know what would be a good pun name for a dove. The Dover Boys? We'll work on it. We'll workshop something. You could always name it like name one of them Ben Dover. You love this game? It's pretty good. Pretty good. Get in there, Yackle. No, I said get in there. I will commit animal cruelty. First, you think it's way better than the next two. The next two are just so different than it. It's weird how they didn't have anything to do with this. And they became like GTA clones. It was really weird. I thought they were really cool, but like, this game is just so different than the other ones. Hey Gina, how's it going? Names that go together, like Betsy and Ross. Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be good. It's really weird that Jak 2 was a GTA clone, when this one was like a strict mascot platformer.
This must be a precursor oracle.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return.
Jak 2 tried too hard to be what Ratchet and Clank was. I guess that's fair. I liked it for the setting and story and stuff like that, but like, yeah, it really should have probably stuck to this in a. Okay, well, hold on. What did he want? I didn't pay attention.
Bring to me 120 precursor orbs, and I will award you a power cell.
Oh, okay. Well, how many do I have? Oh, I'm so close. Alright, how many do I guess I should just go bring... It's harder to get 120 than 90, so I guess I'll just bring them to that thing out there. Maybe peanut and butter. Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
For your gift, another power cell is yours.
Hey Tess, how's it going? Going good, that's good.
Then gotta bring in the crops from the jukebox guy.
Alright, what else was there to do? Oh, bring 90 to the mayor. Wait, are those both just bring 120 to the Oracle? Okay, well, we're done in this zone for right now. Should we go to the canyon to the jungle first? Jungle? Oh, this is still in the village. Okay, well I found all the orbs in the village then. You don't know how many it needs? Yeah, I don't know either. Is that just a snake from the fucking Jungle Book? Your battery is gonna die, but I'll catch you later. We'll see you later, Tess. Good hanging out. Cool game. Yeah, it is pretty cool. You love my videos? Thank you for saying so, Colin. Appreciate you. I'm glad you like them.
We should ask the fisherman down by the Jungle River if we can borrow his speedboat to zoom on over to Misty Island. Those dark eco boxes.
I didn't know that's what that was. All right. Guess I know now. Okie dokie. Yeah. I get to the other precursor orbs up there? The frog has a diaper. Look, he's just come prepared, alright? For whatever he might have to do. That was a bad idea. I should not have done that. Those don't drop health. I'm not sure I really care for the health system.
Say goodnight, Jak.
What's your favorite kind of pastry? I mean, a good eclair is pretty good. I also like to pig out on donuts sometimes. There are these like really good apricot like fold-over things with custard that we get from the bakery sometimes. And those are really good. They have like apricot jam and the custard in them, and they're like a sugar-coated like fold-over thing. Did you miss the Galaxy 2 ending? We did that. When did we do that? Friday. You might have come after we already beat the boss. And then I didn't go live Sunday because it was Father's Day. It sounds super good. It is pretty good, yeah. What the? Man, I really do not like the health system in this. It's pretty unforgiving. Like, I don't mind that it's so many hits until you're dead. Like, that's normal for mascot platformers, like 3 hits or 4 hits or whatever. That's fine. I don't like that in order to get health back, you have to then collect 50 random orbs to get 1 point of health back. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh. Damn it. Damn, you control stick. Your favorite game of all time? Stop. It's pretty good. How was your Father's Day? It was good. I spent time with my dad. I cooked my dad lamb burgers and garlic fries. Got him a bottle of whiskey. Is jump the circle button? No, circle is the spin attack. Jump is the X button. That sounds nice. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Nope. You grew up on playing it with your dad every night, so it's nostalgia. I guess I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I will. I played 2 and 3 a lot, but this was a pretty good game. I'm glad it's nostalgia for you. You DoorDashed your dad and mom's steak dinner since I live an hour away. You did drive out Saturday. Oh, that's good. Your dad was mind blown having steak delivered to his door. The wonders of modern technology. Stop it.
Wow, did you see that? Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
I don't think you'll think it's that cute whenever technology completely passes you by, Dina. You're playing as well. You made it to Yellow Sage's hut. You're almost done. Nice. Alright, we're doing a boss fight. Okay, I immediately got hurt. Alright, it gave me a chance to hit it back. That's good. Very, very, very sporting of it. Okay. Holy shit, that thing is lame. You think I didn't know you weren't going to attack 3 times? No, but your children will think it's cute. That's true. They will. They're like, haha, my mom is so stupid. She doesn't even neural link to the orgasm network. Oh, I see. That's how you get those. I didn't jump on its head to get orbs. There were orbs on its head. Shit. Whoops, I guess. Oh, all the plants are dead now. That's cool. Well, if I have to go back and get it, I will. I'm going to not worry about that right now. I also... What the hell? There it is. I also find it somewhat, like, misleading that, the precursor lightning power doesn't give you, insta-kill enemies, but it does instantly break boxes.
Machine and break the mirror diverting the precursor beam.
Got a Daxter, I know what to do.
Those power doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam. Let's go fiddle with them.
Is there like a charge station? An eco charge station here that I'm not aware of? Or is it just down here? Well, I got it anyway. Dang it. God, you love this trilogy. It's pretty good. I do plan on playing the trilogy. Manifesting they give it the Crash and Spyro treatment one day. That would be very nice if they did. I would really appreciate that. This one just oozes charm. It really does, yeah. Jak and Daxter is one of the few games that 100% every time you play it. So far, this seems like a ridiculous, like, because I never really played the first one. I only ever played 2 and 3. But I knew the first one was different. I do really like mascot platformers. So far, this seems like one of the best mascot platformers, because it does everything a mascot platformer should do. Where it rewards you for exploring, it has good movement mechanics, the levels are compact and are constantly giving you stuff for roaming around, which feeds into the being rewarded for exploring. It constantly flows and it's very snappy. So far, it seems like it's doing everything right, in my opinion. I just hope if they remake it, they get Samos's OG voice actor, because I cannot imagine him without that voice. Which one was Samos again? He was the guy that sounded like he smoked like 9 packs of cigarettes, like a day. Oh, the green sage? Oh, yeah. His voice is pretty iconic, yeah. I think... Oh, we just need to find 7 scout flies and connect the eco beams. I like the voice of Daxter, but I doubt they could do that again. Why? Is the voice actor dead or something? Yeah, I don't really know if I missed... Aha, there we go. I just hope if they remake it, high impact stays with 1 million mile pole. What? The Power Cell theme makes you really nostalgic, yeah. I figure this is going to be a high nostalgia playthrough for a lot of people. Jeez. Hey, what do you know? What? No, what? Oh, I'm dead. Okay. I did not know there was even actually fall damage in this game. Hector's voice actor isn't dead, but I feel they would just go with a younger voice. Oh, that may be true. At least there's no lives in this. Are you on Twitch? No. There's really not a point to being on Twitch, in my opinion. Like, I have a Twitch, I just don't do anything with it. Because, like, the discoverability is so much better here. Like, even though the stream isn't doing nearly as well as most of the stream, like a lot of those streams that I have that have done well, I've had 526 people pass through the stream. I would never have that on Twitch. I just play around in the debug mode. Interesting. High Impact made The Lost Frontier, so I want them to stay away from any remake, I see. Yeah, I think
Good.
Lost Frontier, I didn't play that one.
Meet me by the entrance to the fire canyon by climbing the cliff behind the farmer's house.
Plus, like, Twitch is doing everything it can to alienate, like, viewers, or not viewers, content creators. Jak 2 is your favorite? I also like Jak 2. I played that a lot.
So, you want to make a contribution? Good. A sizable one, I hope. Yes. Oh, it is a sizable contribution. I just hope this power cell adequately represents my gratitude.
This one was always so hard for you as a kid, you never beat it? I mean, I never beat it as a kid either. I didn't beat Jak 2 until, like, later on, when I was older. Because eventually...
Hurry up with those power cells. I'm waiting at the head of Fire Canyon.
It does become very difficult.
Behind the farmer's house.
Oh, excuse me. Especially the part where they Crash Bandicoot you and make you run, like, toward the camera while being shot at by the robot. That shit was ridiculous. The racing was also really tough, but at least that was rewarding. Did you know that if you move too quick, the game will make Jak trip to help the loading catch up? Interesting.
Great! You have the
I did not know that.
needed to power my heat shield. Now be careful. The shield will only protect your zoomer till it reaches 500 degrees, so try to keep her cool. Flying over open lava will definitely heat you up fast. Hit 500 degrees and it's over.
Over? Like burning molten metal over?
The fire canyon gets pretty hot, so keep a lookout for jumps to keep you off the hot ground. I've also released several blue cooling balloons you can use to drop the shield's temperature quickly. Oh, and when you get across, don't forget to activate the teleport gate in the Blue Sage's lab. Then we'll be able to teleport over and meet you. Good luck!
I wonder if someone found her zoomer when they go to the future and reverse engineered it. Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, because this is what all the technology...
There's scoutflies out here, too! Woo, see if we can catch air off those workers!
Shit.
Use the hop turn to steer harder!
Oh. Shit. Well, I'm dead. When I was little, I had to make your older brother do this part. This part seems like it's gonna be rough with my controller as broken as it is. We'll see what happens. Oh shit. Damn it, okay. You really can't go onto the lava. I spent so long at this part when you were a kid. It does seem kind of rough. Like, you don't really gain a lot of heat
Hit those balloons to cool off.
going this way, like, just while you're on, like, the... But you have to cross the lava. At certain... Damn it. No, don't knock me into the fucking... You got notified you were live now? Oh, nice. I think you can only miss one balloon to pass this part. Holy shit. The sharp corners are really what screwed you. Okay, how do you do a power turn? Because I wasn't... Okay, well that's not good. Oh, that's not good either. And that's not good. Wow, you were so fucking floaty. Shit. Ah, whatever. I did it. Hey, Mad Lad, how's it going? This part is so technical, yeah.
We made it!
I don't know about power returns, but braking and turning at the right time. Oh yeah, braking and turning is what I meant. I did miss the... Okay, I'm not going back there right now. I have to turn on the teleporter. I'm not doing that again without doing that. Get the scout fly. I'll get the scout fly. I wanted to do this first.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that teleporter tingling sensation. Hey! It looks like the Blue Sage threw a party.
Oh my! Rock Village is on fire!
One heck of a party.
No, I mean Rock Village is being bombarded with flaming boulders.
Yeah, the worst part is when you miss just one of the scout flies. Oh yeah, because I have to do the whole race again, right?
Working on a levitation machine to move them. Assuming it's operational, we're gonna need power cells to fuel it. I guess you two are going to have to find some more.
We'd better take a look at his notes. Jack, go check on the villagers. Then come back and give us an update.
You haven't played this game in so long, yeah.
With you.
Talk about a game series that needs a remaster, yeah. I'm so fine for no reason, thank you for saying so. I do it so effortlessly, don't I? Especially with the tuxedo t-shirt, yeah. It is really nice, isn't it?
Now, even with power cells,
It's like I'm formal, but I'm here to party. Kinda wish Jak had a voice in this game. Yeah, it's weird that he's a silent protagonist in this game, but then talks in 2 and 3 for like, it's not no reason, it's a good thing he talks, but... This was your game, OMG, the feels, yeah. It's gonna be pretty nostalgic. Oh shit, run away. Fish. The excuse they use is the length of time when Daxter finds Jak in the second game. Oh, what, why he can speak? Did he learn to talk in the meantime?
To find out why the blue sage disappeared, you're going to need to collect...
Beware of the dark light, for it has twisted the fate of one of you. Bring me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
Oh, I see. He has 2 power cells for his eyes. That makes sense. It would have been better if Jak had stayed silent. I don't really agree. I don't think silent protagonists are good. Granted, he is pretty communicative. Like, if you make a communicative silent protagonist, it's at least a little different. But there are ways to do a wrong silent protagonist. Dang it, okay. That racing heartbeat in the water's top 10 horror moments of all time? Yeah. It was pretty rough.
Rocks have feelings too. You two look like a couple of capable fellows. I've got a research project going, and maybe you could help me out.
Hey, we're the ones on a big quest here. We ask you for help.
Well, perhaps we can help each other. I've been studying the burrowing habits of lightning moles in the precursor basin next to our village for years. But now those awful lurkers have scared the moles to the surface. And since they're blind as bats, they can't find their way back underground. If you could herd them back into their burrowing tunnels, you might just save their lives. I've got a power cell that says you can do it.
Yeah, lightning moles.
And for some reason in Jak 2,
we
we knew how to use blasters.
Nice try.
Yeah, it didn't really make any sense why all of a sudden you just had a gun. I mean, it made sense why you had a gun, but it didn't make any sense how you knew how to use it. Maybe you watched guards use...
Oh, you have the orbs. Here's a power cell we agreed upon.
Like, well, because Jak was, like, in a concentration camp for, like, 2 years in the first game. Or the second game. So maybe you saw the guards use them? Question mark. The amount of shit Jak knew in 2 and 3. Yeah, it's true. Okay, I didn't realize touching that would kill me, but alright.
Oh, no, not another hero. I lost my short on this so-called hero's big fight against the monster up there. Trust me, the smart money's on the monster. That wager pretty much tapped me out.
I got here quick. It didn't really seem like it was that hard to get here. Thank you, Kiana, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. The Fire Canyon was iffy, but I managed to do it in 3 tries or so. Maybe 4 tries.
The record time race Dead Man's Gorge in the precursor basin, and I'll get a pretty payoff. For that, I'll give you another power cell.
Why do they have a racing course specifically designed for a hover vehicle that hasn't existed since that chick invented it?
Oh,
aching head.
It gets harder and harder. I bet it
That's one of
does.
your vital organs.
What does the dude with the bucket sound like? Meow? It might be
I was
meow.
tough once. Maybe even the toughest of them all. I single-handedly defended this village from those horrid creatures for
Look it up and
almost
tell me
a
if it's the
year.
same voice actor or not.
Then that horrible monster arrived and commenced the boulder bombardment.
Bro came up and
So,
we're gonna play more Tui. Catch you later. See ya, Ember. Good luck with
shining
Tui.
in the sun, I climbed the
Better
hill
question
to
is, how
take
does a
them on.
hovercraft exist in this world? I mean, any question...
Like one tenderizes a yakao steak.
Have you tried attacking him with your melodrama? Cause it's killing me.
After my last stunning failure,
Hold on, I want to listen to
he
this guy.
sealed the passageway to his roost with a 30-ton boulder, leaving no way for anyone to challenge him again. So, our sage, a master of blue eco and a mechanical genius, devised a machine capable of lifting the boulder out of the way.
Is this the same voice actor who does the boulder in Avatar: The Last Airbender? The way he says the boulder sounds very familiar.
Took all of his power cells with him. At least I was able to pull enough pontoons out of our bridge to prevent that monster from coming down here to do me harm.
Yeah.
A hovercraft can exist in this world because they have ancient technology. Like, they have ancient magic technology, so that you can build anything out of
Seal
it.
my doom. All right.
They're a post-up, like, this is a
Bring me
post-apocalypse
90
setting.
precursor orbs and I'll let the pontoons loose. But I'm not going to fight that monster again.
Boy, that dude had a long-winded explanation about why he sucks. I guess that just made more sense in the other games than this one. No, I mean, that's fair. It's weird because in this one, the dude seems like... Or all these people seem like they know they're living in the post-apocalypse. Like, they all don't have shoes, not because they don't know what a shoe is, but because nobody's around to make them shoes. And there aren't enough of them to give a shit about making shoes to have them want to run from air. Can I get out there? Nope. Can't. Thank you, the Moderate Witch, for sharing the live. I appreciate that. I gotta swim to it. Just swim, nothing will hurt you. Oh, I know there's a fish in the water. I'm not really worried about the fish. I just don't think I can... I guess you do jump high enough to... Yeah, you do jump high enough. I didn't think you would jump high enough to grab the ledge. What? What the fuck? Yeah, you know, or don't jump over the thing. That's cool. Thank you, Cade, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. Your dad bought this for you when he brought home a PlayStation 2. Nice. Good luck, man. This area gets confusing. That's fair. It does seem like it's the water temple of this game. I didn't realize I was already going to the water temple. Nope, okay. Pretty much, it's a grind, but it's worth it. There's a lot of fun shit to do. That's for Lost Precursor City. Interesting. Thank you, Hope, for sharing the live. Appreciate you. Wow, this is a lot of rooms. We're gonna do puzzle skip? I don't know what that is. Are you going 100% or just playing? I'm just playing. I never want to say I'm not going to do 100%. It really depends on whether or not I run up against something I don't feel like dealing with. Because I like to change games every week about. And I don't like to spend too long on a game. So 100% is a lot, but definitely worth it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. The ending cutscene leads to Jak 2. I kind of feel like... Yeah, but I've already played Jak 2, like, a lot. And so you already know what happens. It doesn't feel like it's... Whatever they're gonna show in that cutscene doesn't... Because Jak 2 opens with you going into the future. Hella time consuming, yeah. Not worth it. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I didn't realize that this was an entire zone. I thought this was just like a temple like that thing I fought the plant in. I didn't realize that I was coming into an entire like world or level. But that's about, oh, that's what's behind the precursor door. That's fair, yeah. I'm sure it was really cool at the time. Like getting the secret ending to Kingdom Hearts, like 1, where you see Roxas. And like if you play Kingdom Hearts 2, it's not like that cool, but it was ridiculously sweet when you actually got it as a kid. I see the new D&D movie on Prime. Nah, I'm not gonna watch that. Like, I don't care much for D&D as it's portrayed as a product. Like, I like role-playing, but it's always homebrew. Nobody that I know ever uses, like, pre-done adventures, and every time they do, it always ends up being kind of a disaster. This brings back so many memories, yeah. It's pretty good so far. I mean, it's just a Marvel movie, and I don't watch those anymore either. Thank you, Josh, for sharing the live. What's going on? Yeah, we're unlocking childhood memories. That is what we are doing. Oh, shit. Yeah. That was easy. Okay. Wow, I hate that killing 3 enemies does not give you enough health. Your phone updated and shut off and you missed a lot? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's okay. You didn't miss me just exploding and dying touching that dude. Because I missed the jump. I upload all these as VODs to my YouTube channel. Or to a YouTube channel that I upload these to as VODs. So you can always go and check it out there. Yeah, you can get there through my TikTok profile. This is the YouTube link in my TikTok profile. Thank you, Josh, for sharing the live if I haven't thanked you already. Seriously? Am I gonna get fished if I swim out to that? Am I gonna get fished? Yeah, I will. Okay. I'm pretty sure he spawns in water that you can't see the bottom of. It was so scary. Yeah, it's pretty scary. I remember there was an island that looked like you could go to in Jak 3, and I tried going to it on my hoverboard, and if you go out too far, you just get killed by a sea monster.
Sometimes you just can't win.
The fuck?
Whoa, yeah! These orbs will help me win my way back out of this barrel. Here's the power cell, I promise.
Nasty lurkers.
You love this game? It's pretty good. I beat all the Jak and Daxters. Yeah, they're a really sweet game series. Yeah, even Daxter. I don't think Daxter is a Jak and Daxter game. It's more of just a Daxter game. In Jak 2, in the water parts of the slums, I was so afraid the water would kill you because you wouldn't see the bottom. That makes a lot of sense.
That's one of those flying lurkers. He might have a power cell. Trust me, those dark eco boxes are bad news.
Where am I trying to hurt these guys? Oh, in the burrow, okay. I could swoop them right there into the... Wait, he went over it. Or did they have to go into different ones? I hate this area. Get off of this? Do I have to be on this thing? Damn it, that's not...
I'll say it again.
Shut up, Daxter.
Avoid the dark eco boxes!
Okay, well he wouldn't jump, but that's fine. That's what you call pod racing? Yeah. Wish they would come out with a new one. Yeah, Naughty Dog refuses to make another one of these. It doesn't have the multiplayer appeal that The Last of Us does for Battle Royale modes. Oh, not going full speed makes it easier for the red things? Okay. Do I have to... Okay, I do have to hurt them all into the same hole. But he just runs, like, past it. when you herded the yaks, it had such an easy mechanic where they just automatically went in their hole. And these dudes are like, nah, I'm gonna run.
Let's go get our power cell from the geologist.
Okay, cool. We did that. That's good. You love the Jak and Daxter series? It's pretty good. Easter eggs? Are there Easter eggs? Or do you just mean the... How do I catch these guys? Okay, there. I did it. But he didn't have the thing I need. You're so floaty. I would have much rather had a new Jak game than The Last of Us. I mean, I would have too, but... I mean, people like The Last of Us. I just didn't have a PlayStation 3, so I didn't play The Last of Us, like, part 1. And then, like, I didn't have a PlayStation 4 either, so... I didn't play The Last of Us Part 2. And I just never felt like getting into the series. You even named your son Jak? Interesting.
Thank you for saving those moles. That's awfully good of you. Here's a power cell to help you out. Now I can get back to my research.
I mean, I do need to learn their paths, but I also just need to not crash into things and explode. Is your son's full name Jak X Combat Racing? That would be really cool. Oh my god, why is it stuttering so badly? What is happening right now? I probably need to... I probably need to get at least one of those power-ups. No, don't hit that, damn it. Did you open the orb then? I don't think so. Thank you, Voltressen, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. Or maybe I did, I don't know. The game does not like. God dang it, I need to. Oh, new record. I beat it anyway. Oh, I almost had him. One of the spots of the blue eco as it raises from the ground has a lot of orbs. It's right in front of the geologist. Oh, yeah. Did I? I don't know. Maybe I did. Oh, it's that over there. Oh, I have enough to go get another orb over here. I might as well.
Here is another power cell for your quest.
Did I get to Misty Island? No, I don't think so. Okay, I don't know how I don't know how I get over that far.
Good luck, boys.
I thought I did. I tried to do that. It doesn't last long enough. Like that. You have to roll. Or do I have to go get all of them?
Rocks have feelings too.
Like, do I have to get this one and then go get that one and then go over there? No, okay, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't...
Nasty lurkers.
The rolling just slowed you down. Where'd you go then, or off you go? Ah, I see. Damn, okay.
Rocks have feelings too.
No, I guess this is faster. Well, unless I get hung up on something, then it's not faster. Thank you, little con for following both of the optional rules. Yeah, I'm not reaching that. I don't know what the deal is.
Now I can get back to my research.
I'm not roll jumping at the end. Do you only roll jump at the end? 90 orbs to the warrior. 120 orbs to the oracle. 7 scout flies. Okay. This game is legit elite. It's really good, yeah. Oh, that works. I apparently did not have to get as close as I thought I had to. interesting.
Rocks have feelings too.
Yeah, it does have a pretty sizable reach. That is... How do I get out to this? I feel like I don't have an ability I need. Talk to the crying guy in the armor. I did already. Thank you, Brian, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. Hey, Cleo.
Looking to fix the pontoon bridge.
Classic game? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I already did. I already talked to him. You're loving the stream? Fantastic. I'm glad that you are. I think I have to give him... Oh, I have to give him the orbs and then he'll fix it. That makes sense. You ever played this because you always wanted to? Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you seen speedruns of this game? They're nuts. No, but I bet they are nuts. Alright, I'm gonna go try to get... this dude his 90 orbs. What the hell? Where did he get? Outrageous Josh on Twitch has a world record for every category. Oh, nice. This is more. There's more at Misty Island. Yeah, no, that's fair. I know there are others in other parts of the game. Since I know you have to pay people in the area with orbs, I'm trying to avoid borrowing orbs from other areas to pay people in current ones. But sometimes you have to. You don't have to give anyone orbs in Misty Island. Oh, I see. Is Misty Island the training area? Or... Okay, well, there was an orb I could have gotten. I couldn't thread that needle, but I got him. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'll go there at some point. I know that's where you have to go. Damn it, what's the brake button? I feel like I'm not actually doing the brake turns. You're getting insane nostalgia right now? Yeah. Oh, I see, that's what it is. Thank you, Valerie, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. You have enough to pay the warrior? No, I know I do. I just wanted that.
Good flying! Those lurkers were no match for your Zoomer. That's one more power cell.
I wanted to pay that. Or get that power cell. And then also try to get the power cell up there, too. Thank you, God King, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. Misty Island's an optional area, I see. You don't need to beat the game. You just need it for 100%. Ah, I see. I mean, we'll probably go there. Just to check it out.
Wonderful. You brought me the precursor.
A really dumb secret cutscene happens if you 100% it. Yeah, I was told.
I'll fix the bridge. But don't ask me to get involved with that creature again.
Got all the orbs. I see. Nope. Jump on the thing. Get away from me, man. You're rude as hell. It's literally them opening a secret door and going, I wonder what could be in there. Yeah. Jumped in circle. I know how to play, dog. Chill. I got it. I didn't die. I can game. Yeah, let the man cook. Let me get eaten by the shark. What do you have to lose? Okay, I'm not gonna go in there just yet.
You don't have enough power cells to power the Blue Sage's machine.
What?
You can't lift that boulder until you collect 45 power cells.
I need 45 of them, bitch. I have like 30. What do you mean 45? Body swamp is another optional area, I see. We do appreciate the help though. Oh yeah, sure. I do like help. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what to do, guys. Help. I'm like, you guys help me. I'm too lazy to Google it. Ooh, spicy. What does the yellow eco do?
You can shoot fireballs when you're powered up with yellow eco.
Oh, I see. That would make sense. It's a good mini area in the game, nice. You used to have walkthroughs pretty much any game. Yeah, I remember guidebooks. Oh, they home. Okay, well, that also hurts me. Woo? What? I pressed square. You don't want to miss anything? Yeah, I know. That rat was like, ah, he's stuck in the falling animation, time to die. Stupid. And then like, aw. Whoa, that shit homes from like a million years away. What? It faked me out. I suck at this. OG the memories, yeah. Did you say this is the Dark Souls of platformers? Do they say that? Is that true?
Oh, maybe we can duck the bats.
Okay, you can't shoot the bats with the fireball?
Did you let my feet?
Well, no, they don't. I didn't think so. I was like, Ghosts and Goblins feels like the Dark Souls of platformers. Oh no, I guess you can shoot the bats? It's just very awkward to aim at them for some reason. Yeah, okay. The homing on the ground is so generous. Wow, you really can just throw those out there, can't you? Just fucking annihilate everything. Very powerful. She wants to jag it after the way I Daxter, nice. Oh. No, okay. Daxter, I hardly know her, that's pretty good. See, Dark Souls-like combat with the frog? Oh yeah, I see, that's fair. Truly, this was the first Souls-like game.
Shoot those rat nests to stop the rats from coming out.
What is he is that a bug? Like, or something where he's like doubling up on the voice line?
We should shoot those big boulders holding the tether.
I like how the game even has a crouching uppercut move. And it doesn't, and I haven't used it like, except for once the whole game so far.
Only 3 more tether.
I heard people say Castlevania could be considered the first Souls-like game. Dark Souls borrows a lot from Metroidvania games, so Dark Souls could reasonably be considered the first successful 3D Metroidvania. in my opinion. Yeah, Kingsfield, that's true, actually. Technically, Kingsfield is the first Souls-like game, even before Demon Souls.
Wow! Only 2 more tethers. Look out, Jack! It's an ambush!
This does not appear to be much of an ambush. Oh, never mind, I guess. You ever played the old Armored Core games? No, I wasn't really into Armored Core, but I'm sure Armored Core 4 is gonna be really, really good. Like FromSoft only makes like bangers. What was good? Like, I didn't know originally that they had made the Armored Core games, which seemed like such a crazy departure. Why can't I destroy that? Maybe it isn't powerful to do it, does it? Like, I think the only Armored Core game I played was, like, a demo. In, like, a Best Buy or something. Okay, that's sad. Nobody look at that. Yeah, I'm just rolling if it works now. I cannot be stopped. Man, they even curve around objects? That's so slick. You played one at a friend's house and yeah, same, never knew it was FromSoft, yeah. They've made a lot of games before they finally made it with Demon Souls. Or I guess made it with Dark Souls. Demon Souls was just popular enough to put Dark Souls on the map. I tried to thread that. Wah. What's out here? Nothing? Okay. Thank you, Steve, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules.
Howdy, friends. Enjoying my beautiful swamp? I own these here parts. Everything that doesn't sink into the mud, that is.
You missed this game? It's pretty good, yeah.
I bet your bathtub sank in the mud long ago.
What's a bathtub? Anyway, I got bigger problems now. Seems some nasty lurker varmints are grousing about, snatching everything they can get their grubby little paws on.
Classic PS2, yeah.
Scaring away my pet hip hog, Farley. He's been missing for nigh on to a coon's age. I've been putting out his favorite snack. Those ornery swamp rats keep stealing them.
For 2002, this was an amazing game. Yeah, that's true.
I just know Farley will smell them vitals and come back. Will you help me out?
I mean, the PS2 only had bangers.
Those rats will be back anytime.
Among its many games that were not bangers, but
at least one of them snacks.
at least it had a whole shitload of games. What the hell? Maybe this is why Jak knows how to use a gun in Jak 2. Some games. Hold on, I gotta focus on this. These do not home in the same way. That they do when you shoot them. This is getting rough. This is getting rough. This is getting. Damn it. Some games on Switch cough still don't look good. I mean, that's true. I wonder if other countries would understand this depiction of the deep American southern country. I think on some level, like if you read like Japanese like manga or whatever, they tend to treat people who live outside the cities as being like this. Like just country. All countries have the concept of a country bumpkin. But maybe not our specific kind. PS2 had decent games, it did, yeah. Just casually dissing Zelda. I mean, Zelda looks fine. Just because it can't run at any, like... You can run it at 60 FPS and it looks amazing on an emulator. Just because you can't run it past 30 FPS on the Switch isn't Zelda's fault. Jak is obviously radical conservative, but Daxter is Marxist. Yeah. I keep expecting it to home in on them. No, I think Jak is more of a stoicist because he doesn't talk. He's too stoic for that.
Well, fry my hide! You sure know how to shoot. Thanks a heap for the help.
I feel like we're cruising in this game. Like, I feel like we're doing, like, really well. How do I get up there? Jak is just a mute? No, because he talks in the second and third games. So he's not a mute. Go back and get on the bird. Oh. Makes sense. Yeah, you'll see when I play the other games if you stick around for that. I wish there was a way to fast travel back there. I mean, I guess it's not that far. Yeah, it is just right here, isn't it? Oh, spicy. Okay, that dives at an angle. Didn't know that. Stoic makes sense. His accomplishments never satisfy him. He's always has to have sequels. Yeah, exactly. Damn, that's floaty. Holy shit, this is floaty. Okay, there it goes. Stoicism as a philosophy just means you don't overreact to things that don't matter.
Aren't you guys happy you
Well, yeah, he doesn't overreact to anything, which means that he doesn't think anything matters. He's the ultimate stoicist. Or the ultimate stoic. Stoicist isn't a word, is it? The word to describe somebody who is stoic would be a, like, who believes in stoicism would be a stoic. Look, I can wordificate. Damn it. I can wordificate if I want to. See, why can't video game power-ups ever make you feel this cool? Like, Like, there is no sense in not just letting you do that in video games. Like, they don't want you to have fun or something. Damn, you broke the controller, you walked me right off the edge. That one was my fault. Man, I got a lot of these orbs. No, please face the other.
That dirigible's barely hanging on. Let's find the last.
Ooh, good save, good save. Wait, am I blind? No, I'm not. Okay, there's just no other way to go. Oh, wait, this is the beginning. It was in the middle, wasn't it? I can't believe I have vivid memories of playing this game when I was 8. You're 29 now. I mean, I remember playing... Well, I have vivid memories of my childhood video games. That's right, I never went this way, did I? Yeah, I never did. Where the fuck is the power up? There it is. There we go. There we go. What game is this? Jak and Daxter for the PlayStation 2.
Good work, Jak. Your uncle would be proud. That was a giant heart.
I should probably listen to the cutscene. Oh well. Okay, now I have 4. Did I do all this? I didn't find the 7th Scoutfly? Really? I'm gonna actually turn vibrations off. Are you playing on PlayStation? Yeah. Do not ever doubt that I have done this thing. Is it in here? Is it in like one of these areas and I just missed it? Got any ideas on how to fix the internet connection on PlayStation? Oh, do you mean like, am I streaming from PlayStation? Because I'm not streaming from PlayStation now. I just got a PlayStation but can't for the life of me figured out how to connect to the Wi-Fi. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it probably should just be a setting. Have you tried looking it up on YouTube? Have you tried YouTube how to connect PlayStation to Wi-Fi? Oh, I see. Here's where I missed it. Doing so may solve your problem. You have? What did it say? Why come you can't? I figured this is your last resort. I mean, what kind of PlayStation is it? Is it a PlayStation 5? Because I don't know how to work one of those. Yeah, it's a PS5. Have you gone into the system settings? Oh, wait, no, this isn't the right area. And, like, try clicking on something that says Wi-Fi. I mean, I can try to help you troubleshoot it. I just don't know how effective that will be. May need to ask your mom or your dad or your son, depending on your age. Yeah. Go to the settings and go to network. Yeah, see, we got people who can help. Did I fuck myself? Can I not, like... Can I not take this bird into this... Oh, I can't. How do I get off of him? Do I have to bring him all the way back? That sucks. Do you have a PlayStation Plus subscription? I guess you wouldn't have one if you can't connect it to the internet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and ask anyway. Hey, have you paid your internet bill? I get one. No, I mean, they're probably on their internet right now. They could be on, like, phone data, but I doubt it. That is a good question, though. Have you paid your internet bill? This is going to sound also especially condescending. Have you tried turning it off and back on again? I hate that that's the solution to a fair amount of technical issues, but it is. Like turning off your router and turning it back on again and seeing if that doesn't just magically fix the issue for no reason. You're about to put it in rice. Yeah, that's understandable. Man, I can't believe I had to... I guess I didn't have to walk back across the entire island, but... I didn't want to go back to that 2D platforming section again. Although I think it would have been shorter. In all seriousness, thanks anyhow. Oh yeah, no problem. That's really weird that it can't seem to find the signal. I mean... You might want to return it. Like, it's entirely possible it could be broken. Like, there is a non-zero chance that its internet, like, receiver or whatever is inside of it is just busted. I still don't have enough power cores for that. Like, if I bought a PlayStation 5 and it couldn't connect to the internet, I'd fucking return it. Did you go to the underwater area? I went there a little bit, yeah. I did some stuff in there. I'll probably have to go back, but...
For your sacrifice, I offer you a power cell.
You hopping on the bike? No, I don't think so. Not right now. Oh, you're way past that? Yeah, I am. If I want to, I did miss the last remote fly or whatever. Oh wait, this is like the training area. What the hell am I doing back here? I'm cute, thanks for saying so. Blue Sage's Hut, Green Sage's Hut. Thank you, Mara, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. This is gonna be your second return, luckily to a different store. Wait, a second return of PlayStation of a PlayStation 5? This is the second time you've returned one? Okay, well, is it for the same reason? Like it couldn't connect, like the first one also couldn't connect to your internet? Same exact thing. You even tried using a LAN. Okay, that is probably an issue with your internet router or whatever. If it's happened twice in a row with 2 brand new PlayStation 5s, it's probably not the PlayStations then. Yeah, exactly. Common denominator. I'm as close to the internet router as possible, but I mean, that's the I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think your internet router, for whatever reason, just isn't recognizing. Wait, how do I use this? To talk to somebody? I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I don't think it has anything to do with your proximity. Your Xbox is completely works on your Wi-Fi as well. I understand that. Hold on, I'm going to try to help you out here. We only got like 10 minutes left in the stream anyway, so I might as well try to do this. PS5 won't connect to router. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind living in Sandover Village. It does seem pretty chill. Are you late? Yeah, Seth, you are. We're about to stop. You've been dealing with there's no wireless connectivity. It's a DHCP issue. I assume it incorrectly tries to assign an IP address to your PS5 that's already in use. Well, you're not the only person. Thank you, Jasmine, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. You're not the only person who seems to be having this issue. Reddit also seems to be having this issue. They say AI is going to take our jobs. No, it's TikTok live streamers. I mean, TikTok live streamers are going to have their jobs stolen by AI, that's for sure. Excuse me, thank you, David Jones, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. You have subscribed to the last human streamer on TikTok. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to take you. No, you're fine. I generally stream for about 3 hours, and so we're coming up on the 3-hour mark anyway, so, the stream's almost done. I don't mind doing funky detours. How do I use the boat? Or the fisherman's in the jungle, isn't he? Anyway, thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Good night, Cleo. Where is the fisherman? Wait, was that a long jump? How did you... No, it wasn't a long jump. I just did this. That's just doing the spin attack at the height of your jump. That's not really like a... Or do you mean this? Do you mean that? That is a long jump. Yeah, you just roll, and then you jump out of the roll, and that's how you do it. I thought there was supposed to be a fucking fisherman around here. No, supposed to be able to use his boat. It's under one of the bridges. Yeah, I thought it was under that bridge. Maybe it's not this bridge. Maybe it's another bridge. Maybe it's this bridge. Oh, here he is.
What do you have in the basket?
Jak and Daxter goes hard. It sure does.
Them monsters patrolling the ocean.
This and Kingdom Hearts were your childhood. Yeah, we played Kingdom Hearts already on stream. That's on my vods channel, which you can get to through the YouTube link in the TikTok profile.
Baby, it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then
You wish you didn't do that when you played? Dang.
Use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. He's want to try the challenge.
You challenged Run and you didn't even know it. Jak and Daxter animations were always ahead of their time. Yeah, they were really good. Oh, you remember you were waiting for Kingdom Hearts 2? Oh, that's fair, yeah. Oh, we'll do it at some point.
Two types of good fish to catch. 1 pound fishies and 5 pound fishies. If you miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you. There are poisonous eels in this river. Catch even a one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
Okay, alright. I got this. Oh, shit.
Here comes a big one.
What?
You missed your jumbo, laddie.
Okay, you can't control with the D-pad. Alright, well.
Missed. Steady, boy.
And you kind of just... Did I do it? How many do I...
Here comes a big one. Steady, boy.
Damn it. How the hell did you do that?
Here comes a big one.
Shit.
Missed again. Steady, boy. Here comes a big one. Steady, boy. Missed.
Shit.
Left.
Oh. You had a hard time with this too, yeah. This is both easy and hard. I agree. How many fish do I need to catch?
Here comes a big one.
Shit.
Steady, boy.
Like, I caught over 100 pounds of fish and the dude's like, not good enough. Fuck you. Shit. Shit. $200? Oh, jeez.
Here comes a big one.
Oh god, they're going fucking sicko mode on me. Fuck. What? This is literally all poisonous. What is...
Steady, boy. Here comes a big one. No.
Seems like you're overshooting them a lot. Yeah, maybe my controller is broken, but like, that is what's happening. Let's make some sense of how many retries. You'll need 5. I mean, I'm just gonna do this.
Well,
I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm not gonna finish this right now. I'm gonna end the stream. I think the game auto-saves, right? Oh no, I guess I can save the game in the manual. There we go. You'll get it, don't worry. No, I'll get it. I'll get it tomorrow, though. Alright, I'll see you guys later. It's been real. You guys have a good one. What time tomorrow? 7 o'clock Central Time. So, 6 o'clock Eastern. 8 o'clock Mountain and... Or no. Sorry, 8 o'clock Eastern. 6 o'clock Mountain and 5 o'clock Western Time. Thank you, Little Lily, for following. Welcome to Optional Rules. UB Central 2. Nice. Alright, peace out, everybody.